Hi there, David Ingleby for Dingo Server Mounts and talking uncoupling today. Many of you are aware of our big KD style uncoupler with the 30 great big magnets in, and they work really well, but many people have asked me for a tension lock uncoupler, so this is what I have come up with for that. Now I've used as the base of this mount a M3 standoff, and it's quite long, and this is the little piece that will jump up and down on your layout, and so the hex standoff goes in there, fits in exactly right, and it has a little whoops, get this right in a minute, M2x3 screw. I'm all fingers today, let me put the screw in there first. Now the plate fits on in such a way that it lines up always straight with the standoff, so you don't have to worry about the thing doing this in the track. And then using a standard signal mount, version 1B, version B. I've got so many B's and A's and what have you, but there you go. Now this little clip, you can see has a hex slot in it as well, and you have two screws that go into there, which fit on exactly the same place as your normal screws would. Again, difficult to do this through the back of a camera, but we'll do our best. Oops. There. Turn that over a bit so I can get the screwdriver in. Okay, so that's on there like that. The next thing that happens is this comes into there like so, and you can then lock this up at whatever height you need it. And there is the completed unit. Now, let me just move the camera back. This is always going to come up dead straight with your mount, so sideways onto the track, so the track is going to run this way, and you can adjust the height with these two screws. Once you've locked them up, it's locked into position. Now, the couple of tricks you need with this. The first one is that you need about a 6.5mm hole through your baseboard. Probably good to drill it once the track is laid, so it chews away a little bit of the sleepers as well, and I will show you a finished product in a few minutes. So that goes through a 6.5mm hole, and that all works very, very nicely. And the trick you've got to do is to make sure that when you bring your servo down there, that is just touching the base of the top of your tyres. You don't want to drive it harder than that, so that you actually burn your servo out or break them out. So you've got to be very careful setting the lower limit. Once you've got that, then you can set your upper limit, and it just moves up and down wherever you need it to be, and it will quite happily uncouple 00 locomotives. And I have proved this, and you will see it in the next part of this video. Right, so that is for 00, and obviously that would be very nice if we could bring it down in scale to an N gauge thing, but obviously N gauges are a wee bit smaller, and so I have done a similar thing on a mini mount with the little 3-gram servos, and that will hopefully work on N gauge. The only reason I haven't tried this yet is because I don't have a long enough standoff. I've got some on order, and once they come in we will certainly set this up and do a video of it in operation. But in the meantime, we can demonstrate the 00 version working in situ. Right, so here we have one of these units set up underneath my rather thick baseboard. See how it works. And if I get down to track level, let's put a couple of wagons on here. And here we have a couple of wagons coming in, all hooked up. And if I lift the bar up, oops, they will uncouple, put down again. Well, these are very old wagons, I can see that. Couplings are not great. Okay, so let's try lifting that up again. And there we go. Take it down. Obviously you wouldn't do this with a servo tester, you would do this with a proper setup. And there we go. So this is David Ingleby for Dingo Servo Mounts, and thank you for watching.